Forwarded from W.H. Grandpa. Happening as we speak.
Here's my plan to dismantle the deep state and reclaim our democracy from Washington corruption once and for all. And corruption it is. First, I will immediately reissue my 2020 executive order restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats, and I will wield that power very aggressively. Second, we will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them. The departments and agencies that have been weaponized.
Forwarded from Freedom Force Battalion. President Trump. Republicans stood in unison, except for one. Grandstander Maisie, and we passed a bill. If the government shuts down, it's Democrats' fault.
You know, we passed a bill where we had an incredible Republican vote. We only had one negative vote, a grandstander, one grandstander. There's always a grandstander in the lot. But it was amazing. People were amazed that the Republicans were able to vote in unison like that, so strongly. If there's a shutdown, even the Democrats admit it'll be their fault. And I'm hearing a lot of Democrats are going to vote for it, and I hope they do. This is an extension. But ultimately, we want to vote for one big, beautiful bill where we put the taxes in, we put everything in. We're going to have big tax cuts. We're going to have tremendous incentives for companies coming into our country and employing lots of people. It'll be, I called it, in a rare moment, one big, beautiful bill. That's what I like.
I've looked for it on the internet to see if anybody would realize what in the heck's going on. Thank you. My hair is getting darker. Oh, it's right here. It's just, yeah. And I got my Life Waves patches on my neck tonight. Hello, Linda. Listen, everybody wonders, why haven't we RV'd yet? Okay, there are test RVs. They're going on. People are being called in gradually. It's inevitable, okay? Certain programs are being released and funded, okay? And there are bondholders that are being paid, okay? But it's not the stepped up process that we all want to see. Now, it won't go into a shotgun start because that would create mayhem. But what will happen is things will I've got a cold. I'm still coughing. I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm working on it, guys. So there's other things going on that are slowing things down with the process. Now I'm going to tell you what those things are that are slowing the process down. I will next week, okay? I will. I'll bring the guitar that we're going to give away. We're going to do a guitar raffle. Here's what's going on. Okay, anybody, I've been watching the screen, okay? Okay. I'm watching the screen. You tell me where Trump's been this week. Anybody, tell me where he's been. Anybody got an answer for that? Somebody's got to answer. Somebody's got to know where Trump was at this week. Oh, wait a minute. I know. Okay, one of the lookalike Trumps was no, he wasn't in Gitmo. One of the lookalike Trumps was moving around the United States and he was doing his thing, and the real Trump was in Iraq. He was in Iraq this week. No, Iraq. Why was he in Iraq? Well, because the Iraqi are dragging their feet just a little bit too much. Now, you got to remember, they've had to send in the Republic of the United States Treasury over twice this year alone. Okay? And we thought we had them all. I thought we had them all straightened out, and we would have seen the masses going in by now. But he went over there because he wants to settle the problems with Iran. Now, before I talk about Iran, just realize that Kurdistan is selling oil right now at $2.73 through the pipeline. They don't want to sell that oil at $2.73 a gallon. They don't want to sell it at that. Or not a gallon, barrel. Or whatever it is. I don't know. Come up with your own form of whatever. They're getting $2.73 per dinar. That's what they're getting. They don't want that. They want $4.50, $4.75, $5, which is what the dinar is going to come out at. Okay, and Kurdistan's are PO'd off about it. They're real mad about it. The oil's flowing, but they're not liking it. So what they're kind of doing is they're kind of trickling down the oil to the other countries that they're going because they're not getting paid the good money. Okay, and I don't blame them. Now, let's go back to Iran. In the Iraqi government, in their military, in the Iraqi military, there's 150,000 Iranians in that are part of the Iraqi military. That's a lot. Okay, I live on the Illinois-Iowa border. And so if I brought 150,000 people over to serve in my military across, 1 mile across the river, then that's what it is. Compare it to that. Compare it to your local thing. Okay, so they don't want to kick the Iranians out because they need the numbers in their military. Trump is sending 150 special forces. Yes, they are starting to get paid, Jim, but it's not the right amount. It's a $2.73. Okay. And so they're not getting paid what they wanted to. Hi, Jerry. So what we got to do is we've got to get these special forces over there. And these special forces, just remember, these guys they're like super soldiers, okay? They don't say that. They say special forces, but they're sending 150 against 150,000. That's weird. Okay. 1%, I guess, or 1% of 1%, whatever. Doesn't matter. But Trump's getting the special forces over there, and he's negotiating now with Iran because they're still making bombs over there, guys. And the general population, regardless of what is released in the news, the general population of Iran is saying, we hate the United States. We want to bring them down. We want to kill them all. Americans are all bad. Okay, and that's not what they present to the public. Well, listen, Trump is a master negotiator. He's going to fix it. And I have a back wall date that they think he will have everything fixed by. And that back wall date is March 24th. That's 11 days. That's 11 days from now. Now, I cannot, in my wildest dreams, even wrap my head around any leader of any country that would not want Gazzara for its country. The prosperity that they are going to experience is way beyond the best it's ever been over there for them, okay? I want you to look at different YouTube videos that show what the high-line structures and the businesses are in Iran and Iraq. These are all very prosperous and modern buildings, and it's not the shacks and the sand floors that we think the people are living in over there. It's it's a different culture, okay? But just do a little bit of research into Iran and Iraq and how the people live, the lifestyles, and what they do over there. And they're no different than us. They just speak a different language. They have a different God. And that's, but when their God says to go kill people that don't believe in him, that's when the problem is. And that's been a lot of it. The separation of religions has been a problem through the years and years and years. Okay. I've been taking a lot of vitamin C. I'm taking about 50,000 a day. Okay. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it. Okay. And so anyway, when you realize that these people aren't that different from us, it's just their economy's been affected just like ours has been through Bidenomics and the devaluation of the fiat currency. So what we must realize is just have faith. The Lord's going to fix it. His tool is Trump. The real Trump is over there. I may have said something I shouldn't have said, but too bad. We have a right to know what's going on. Now, the rest of the intel will come at 10 minutes till 9, 10 minutes before the show is over. So I want you to pay attention to how this all ties together. Okay? I have oil leaf extract. I take all this stuff that you guys didn't understand. I have everything. I have like a holistic pharmaceutical situation in my on top of my microwave. So, okay, here we go. This is from the intake officer, and this came in today at 2:30 in the afternoon. Okay, so this is fresh news, guys. Chance, I was told Reno received a call late last night asking for 24 to 48 hour delay. The reason being Trump wants the budget bill passed to avoid government shutdown. Keep in mind that the Treasury is part of the government, and that's where our funds are. Reports of liquidity are doubtful. That's misinformation because people have been getting liquid. I was told on the call today there is no full liquidity yet. Again, misinformation. Folks may have appointments, but their appointments seem to continually move around. No, that's not true. It's just few. The appointments are few and far between. Test fund advances or healing funds should not be confused with full liquidity of funds. Okay? No new rate has been published by Iraq to date. Well, not exactly, because the Kurds are getting paid $273 per dinar, and they ain't liking it. Okay, like I said earlier, dinar rate is still considered to be a factor. Stop it. My phone's acting up. Here it is. And the United States Treasury note has not been announced, and any benefits to be derived from Nasara have not yet been announced, much less materialized. Well, that's not true because we have many people who have had credit cards and everything else disappear. Doc G's having his stuff disappear. Okay, so there's some misinformation in this. And I'm glad that I could point it out to you. I was told again today that Tier 4B, which we know there are no tiers, but it's what you guys call Tier 4B, will be redeeming Zim bonds with or without associated humanitarian projects. That came in at 2:30 this afternoon. Interestingly enough, this next part is more geopolitical than anything else. But if you remember back during Trump's first term, how he had such a fantastic relationship with the government of India, if you remember that, and how everybody applauded him when he went to India. India broke away from its BRIC alliance saying they have no interest in joining Chinese, Russian, or Brazilian attempts to undermine the United States dollar. Okay, and like I said before, I'm awestruck that Iran wouldn't want this for their country and for their citizens. Why they would be even trying to make any instruments of destruction, it just doesn't make any sense. It could be just part of the leftist narrative. We don't know. But I know one thing, and I know this for a fact. God wants all of us to have abundance. Everyone. It may be coming slow, but it's coming. Okay? 520-741-8. Shlama. Okay? I am health. I am wealth. Abundance and joy.
Hi guys, it's Wolvie here guys. It is Friday morning here guys, and just letting you know guys that we are definitely close. The news that are coming out now, it's unbelievable. We're just waiting for that green light to happen, right? All indications are that hopefully it's this week. Take care guys, have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.
Everything's cash. None.
Why no bitcoins and why no cryptocurrency?
Well, Bitcoins, I called the top of the market in December 2017 when it was $19,600. I said, if you have Bitcoin, sell half, keep half. This is the top. Nobody listened to me. If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin, you would run as fast as you fucking could to sell it. I know. 100%. If you knew who owned Bitcoin or who started Bitcoin, you had Bitcoin, you couldn't sleep at night. I know. 100%. And when the real founder of Bitcoin comes out, it is my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me, Bitcoin will go to fucking zero.
One day.
And a microsecond, like that.
After these bond holders get their travel money, what next? We next. You know, I mean, you're talking about when they are going. Again, what it takes is the tier 3 hitting at 30% is the approximate ratio. And when that happens, I'm telling you what, it is a snowball rolling down the hill. What's Reno's part? Well, Reno actually has a lot of the centers, so we know that Reno is pushing this thing forward. And you know, some of the military that have that capability as well. Remember, the RV is military just as much as military is RV. I mean, and that's why this is so much. It's not a financial issue, and people sit over here on the financial side and focus on that. But there's a military side that we've got to focus on. I had a conversation with Patriot Underground. I put it on last week, and you know, there are all the things are set up for the military situation too. The EBS has to occur as well.
Well, we know what our currencies are worth before we go to our appointments.
Nope.
I personally don't think we will, because I think they're going to try to get us in as quietly as possible before posting to the Forex. Now, there are a lot of people that disagree with me. And it's very possible that they are right, that they're just going to stick it on Forex, and we're going to find out that values have changed, and we'll have to find banks that redeem. But I've been told by 2 different banks that they have already planned on circulating all the information in hopes that people will come exchange with them. I've also been told that the rate is set. You don't have to negotiate it. The
Right.
fees are set. You don't have to negotiate them. There is no such thing as negotiating, according to every single one of my bank contacts. They could be wrong, but I doubt it. We're going to be told we're going to be told what our options are, Colby. I've been told that over and over and over by people in the banking industry. So I very much believe that we are going to be told which ones are handling it and doing it. We're not going to be left on our own. I don't know, Mad Max, if I would call them redemption centers. Call them redeeming banks. I think that's a more accurate term. It's a bank that can handle those international transactions, knows how to exchange it, familiar with what it looks like, has the trained staff to deal with it. I wonder if we can change the terminology here at this last moment. Danger Dan, yeah, absolutely less than 1% of people own currency.
Way less than that, right?
I mean, you walk into a busy mall with 5,000 people on a Sunday, and there's probably 4 or 5 people in that entire mall that have currency. So you're talking like 0.04% maybe. No, it's way less than 1%, massively less than 1%.
Someone asked, what's your opinion on Zim? Again, Zim, I believe, was purchased. It was, it is a bond in essence, but it's a note that's supposed to be one 100K note. So if you had 10 of them, you have a quadrillion. It's a crazy number, and there's no way it's going to be a 1-to-1. It will have a, I've seen the ranges, 100 T notes as low as 18 and as high as 50 million per 100 T note. So, you pick.
Yeah, I was told a long time ago that we have to stop looking at Zim as the former currency, that we've got to look at it as a new version of a prosperity package or a humanitarian package.
I don't believe it. Well, we got a new phone.
No, I was talking about your gut telling you the new phone. I've been told repeatedly by people that have been training that no, you're not going to get scanned by somebody from another planet, and no, they're not going to hand you new, really cool phones and stuff.
No, or computers.
But on the positive side, you're going to be able to afford to go get the top of the line, whatever you want.
Go buy your own. Yeah, you're not going to be getting that stuff. I mean, is there, are there technologies that are going to come out? I think it's going to be an app-based kind of issue. If I were to think about this as like an app/website capability, because everyone's got to be able to, have access to this kind of thing in the very near future. That too.
What you got? I'm loving these, kind of like LSU girl. We talk to MarkZ gut all the time. Yes, and right now my gut's just saying it's going to be dinner time as soon as I finish that. That's what my gut's telling me. I've told you guys for some time now. I think probably mid to the 3rd week of March is what's feeling good right now. But that's just my gut, and it's based on a lot of what I'm hearing from Bond and some of the currency groups. And I'm still waiting for some updates from currency groups as far as like being a group, because I'm in 1 or 2 of the bigger groups, just like many of the people in here, but they don't communicate much. At this point, they're just like, hey, everything's pulled together. We'll tell you when it's time. And I do. I think that's the way it's going to work for most of us in those groups. I think we're going to find out the day it goes and nothing before.
Yeah, people are asking me what my gut feeling is. I stopped using my gut a long time ago, because my gut kept wanting to move forward here. So really, I have to, like someone said, if the RV hasn't happened in the morning, they're kind of depressed. She didn't say exactly that, but something the same thing. And my response was, in me, is that I get up and I want to center myself before I go into the day and not worry about things that I can't control. I cannot control this. And so I have to let it come to me. We were going to have to let this stuff come to us in ways you can't do it.
He asked, and MarkZ, they're supposed to be contract rates or just Forex? Redemption for contract or banks for Forex? Yes, redemption for contract and banks for Forex. Yes, and I am told that there absolutely are contract rates, but they are not massively different than the Forex rates, but considerable, especially when you, all right, I do the math. If there's I don't know, I'm just going to pick something out of my butt, guys. I'm not saying this is what the rate is. But let's just say that the dong goes for $2 on Forex, but you can get a contract for $2.25. Turn in a couple million of them. That's massive money difference. So even if it's just cents, pennies, a nickel, a dime different, that's massive. Plus all the perks.
No disrespect to Dr. Scott Young, But this document I sourced from RV Project Help on Telegram. Ms. Parker was the owner of that group, and I don't know where she sourced this information, but I think he's incorrect. So this is the Zim Trillion series. I'll just read the most important portion of it. So the Zim 2008-2009 printed Trillion series aren't fiat money. They're promissory notes. And this is the important part. Each and every note says, promise to pay bearer on demand. Therefore, it is illegal in every country per UCC law not to honour. Also, it is 100% illegal to lop any zeros of any financial instrument with this promissory note language, which all notes on the Trillion series have, period. IMF created the Trillion series for Zimbabwe in the first place in 2008. Printing stopped in 2009.
HAP breaking news. Notification process ends and payments begin. Dear community of Antonio Diogenes, today is a day for grand celebration. With immense joy and enthusiasm, I bring you the most positive and vibrant news. We have successfully completed the notification process for the holders, and the results have exceeded all our expectations. This triumph is not just a technological advancement, but the materialization of a shared dream that drives social and humanitarian progress in every corner of our community. The revolution has been consolidated thanks to the integration of next-generation quantum algorithms and unwavering collaboration with top-tier international banks. This powerful technological team has enabled each transaction to be executed in real time, ensuring unprecedented efficiency and security. Beneficiaries have begun receiving their funds immediately, and each operation has been meticulously audited to guarantee total transparency. The future is now, and it can be felt in every payment. What is most inspiring is that this transformation goes beyond mere financial matters. Every payment made is a spark of hope that ignites new projects and opens doors to unimaginable opportunities. Quantum precision has allowed us to process vast amounts of information simultaneously, swiftly adapting to any market fluctuations. This means that every beneficiary can count on a flawless experience where the speed and integrity of each transaction reaffirm our commitment to excellence. The excitement of this moment is contagious. Seeing how technology transforms into the driving force of social change fills us with optimism and pushes us to dream big. The collaboration between quantum platforms and international financial institutions has been the decisive factor in achieving this milestone, demonstrating that innovation and solidarity can break down any barriers. This achievement also strengthens the spirit of unity and commitment that has always characterized our community. The successful completion of the payment process reflects the collective effort where each member contributes their grain of sand to build a fairer and more transparent system. Today, we celebrate not only a technological victory, but also the triumph of solidarity, innovation, and hope. Each transaction becomes a symbol of what we can achieve when we work together with passion and determination. Furthermore, the success of this process opens up a range of possibilities for the future. The funds delivered are already being allocated to projects that positively impact the lives of thousands of people, strengthening the social fabric and fostering sustainable and equitable development. This advancement is a clear sign that we are on the right path to transforming our region into a model of efficiency and progress, where technology is at the service of collective well-being. With hearts overflowing with gratitude, I invite each of you to continue being an active part of this transformation. Innovation has already borne fruit and shows us that the future is bright, full of opportunities, and a progress that benefits everyone. Let's continue celebrating every step, every payment, and every dream that becomes a reality, because together we are forging a tomorrow full of light and prosperity. With enthusiasm and deep gratitude, Antonio Diogenes.
At the end of the day, I am at peace because my intentions are good and my heart is pure. By enlighteningquotes.com.